Hey guys, I'd like to speak a little bit about the unsung hero in your CrossFit arsenal that can help you move your scores up the leaderboard, only instigating small changes to make that happen. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about pacing and how it can help you in your CrossFit workouts as a CrossFit master. So let's start at the beginning. Your workout, imagine your workout's beginning. You got the 10-second countdown. Beep, 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 the last 3 seconds, and you're off. It's a mad, hazy, adrenaline fueled first few seconds, and then you settle down into the job at hand and you find a rhythm to carry on. Now, the other side of that coin is, unfortunately, well, perhaps you don't actually find a rhythm and you continue on with that nervous, adrenaline fueled energy throughout the workout, never actually finding a rhythm and blowing up and ruining your score or having to stop the workout completely, which we don't want. So there are a few benefits for learning how to pace properly. I'm going to speak about those. I'm also going to tell you how I pace myself and how you could perhaps do it too. So the benefits are, if you learn how to pace properly, you're going to be able to complete your workouts. You are going to be able to complete them without blowing up. You will have better technique. You will have better mental focus and acuity, and you will perhaps win. So there are a few different ways that pacing properly can help you. So one example of how pacing can actually help you during a workout is if you have a workout that starts off with, say, rowing, running, or biking, or some sort of cardio activity, and then you come in and you've got a barbell work, I don't know, maybe a clean or a thruster, whatever it is. Now, for me, gaining an extra 10 seconds on a row or a run, they're hard-earned seconds, and they're going to leave me feeling a little bit gassed when it comes to performing the next movement. Now, tipping that on its head, what I like to do is pace myself during the run, perhaps run a little bit slower or row a little bit slower so that I can keep my heart rate in check and that I can move smoothly from the rower or the run straight into the first rep of the next exercise in the workout. Now, this saves me valuable seconds in this transition, which accumulate and add up to a much better score and make far more sense to me than saving 10 seconds on the row, being so gassed that I've got to stand over my barbell and have a look at it and not be able to do anything with it before actually starting. So the objective is to pace myself in such a way on the run or the row or the cycle that I can move straight away into the next exercise, whether it's wall balls or some sort of barbell clean or press. And this saves me valuable seconds. Now, how do you go about this pacing? So one of the ways that I go about pacing is to listen to my body and to regulate my heart rate. And you can only really do that. You can learn about it by reading this or watching this video, or you can actually do it and experience it. And that's probably the best way to do it. And you need to do workouts of many very different time domains. So if you've got a sprint CrossFit workout like Fran, which could take between 2 and 3 minutes, that's an all-out sprint, which probably doesn't take much pacing. It's just as fast as you can go for as long as you can go. Whereas you've got something like Murph on the other end, which is a bit of a marathon with a 1 mile run at the start, 1 mile run at the finish, sandwiching some body weight movements in the middle. But you also want to try all of the other sort of time frames or time domains in the middle of those two extremes so that you can get used to working at 3 minutes. You can get used to what your pace is at 40 minutes and all of those intervals in between. That's the first step. Now, that's sort of mechanically how you would go about doing it. But how do you listen to your body? So it's all to do with your heart rate, and your heart rate, my heart rate goes up to a maximum, say, of 180 or thereabouts during workouts sometimes. But if I'm trying to pace myself, I need to keep it a lot lower than that so that I can keep that pace for much longer. And I know that if I hit 180, I'm going to gas out pretty quickly, and I can only sustain that for a short period of time. It's a bit like that, the start of the Matt Damon films, the Bourne Ultimatum and the Bourne Supremacy, where the start of the film talked about him knowing how long he could run flat out before his hands started shaking. You get to a point where you know your own body and you know how much it can take at any different sort of heart rates, level of exertion. Now, the thing that helps you with your heart rate is like, oh, well, do I look at my watch all the time and check my heart rate, or my heart rate monitor do I have to check my phone all the time? Heart rate and breathing are intrinsically linked. And so your level of breathing is going to be very much an indication of how hard you're pushing during your workout. And so you can regulate your heartbeat by noticing your breathing and trying to keep control of that. So that's one of my tips for helping to pace yourself and getting to know your own body in relation to your heart rate at any different stage or level of exertion. Get to know how hard you're breathing, because it is linked to your heart rate. Okay, another thing that helps with pacing is getting better at a technique. And my example for this would be double unders. Now, double unders, when I was not very proficient, would spike my heart rate. I hated seeing them in a workout because I knew straight away in the first 20 seconds I would be blowing out my arse, and my heart rate would be spiked and I wouldn't have any energy or willpower to really push on with the rest of the workout because I'd be so gassed from actually doing the double unders. The solution to that, obviously, simply get better at doing double unders, improve your technique. Yes, I had to spend a bit of time getting better at double unders, but you can, roll that out for everything else. So when I'm coaching classes and I see people struggling with, say, barbell cycling, so a clean and press, if you cannot do that movement smoothly, I know that people are really going to struggle with that because they're spending too much time in what we call stress positions, either pressing out the movement or just spending too much time with the barbell under tension. So the better your technique, the more able you will be to pace yourself. Okay. Finally, gadgets. So I mentioned briefly watches and heart rate monitors and things like that can help you take care of what your heart rate is doing at any given moment in time. I am now wearing a Whoop, which sort of saves me a bit of hassle. I'm not getting distracted looking at it as a watch, and it automatically sort of detects when I'm working out, so I can go back and track my workouts and track all of the data and have a data frenzy fueled sort of nerd fest on what's been taking place in terms of the numbers, etc. But I think it's a really good place to start. And if you're trying to build your cardio engine, your aerobic capacity, then I think you really need to have something that monitors your heart rate so that you can train in the appropriate zones. But more on that at a different stage. Today was mainly speaking about pacing, the benefits of pacing, how to do the pacing. The benefits: you're going to be able to finish the workout. You're not going to blow out your ass and have to quit. You will have hopefully better technique when you're pacing yourself better. You'll have better mental acuity, and also it'll help you win. Okay, so they're the benefits and some of the ways how you can do that. Gadgets that I just spoke about can help you regulate your heart rate. And the other way to regulate your heart rate is to monitor your breathing, and obviously they're intrinsically linked. And so getting in touch with your breathing and how you're doing that will help you regulate your heart rate, which will help you pace. What was I going to say on the doing workouts in different time domains, lots of varied time domains. So at one end you have something like Fran, which is a sprint workout. On the other end you've got something like Murph, which might be 30 or 40 minutes or an hour, who knows. But all of the workouts in between as well, to get your experience at working out at 3 minutes, at 5 minutes, at 10 minutes, at 20 minutes. You get the idea. So that you get to know the feeling of your body and how hard you can push while sustaining a high pace, but lasting for a specific period of time. Okay, guys, if you have any questions on this, or even if you have any extra tips that you want to give me on pacing, I am all ears and would greatly appreciate hearing from you. So if you haven't already, please like the channel and or subscribe to the channel and like the video even. So what did they say? Smash the bell and hit the subscribe button or something like that, and help support the channel. And I'll bring you some more tips that can help you make big improvements in your CrossFit scores by making small changes. Guys, hope that helped. Speak to you soon. Bye.